Yo, it's your boy DZ, man. You already know it's not about the setback, it's about the get back. I want to appreciate everyone that's became a member, that subscribed to the channel, and that watches the channel. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we go live. I appreciate all of y'all that rock with me, and I hope y'all continue to rock with me. What's poppin', fam? Yeah, I appreciate all y'all that be rocking with me, and we had to finish up learning how to get the Pro Tools going, and that was a process. I am not gonna lie, right? I wanted to come on the live at 12:30, 9:30 West Coast time, but we a little behind schedule. And regardless, I gotta make it. If I'm a little late, understand I still gotta make it, regardless, right? But we got it popping. Yeah. Miss M. Yeah. We got it popping. So now I got it to where I can record, and the beat and the vocals is on there together, right? And that was a process. But I know the best way for me to learn is hands-on. That's the best way that I learn, is I gotta jump out there and figure it out. But yeah, we got that straight. That was a plus. And we gonna start working on that joint. Yeah. I gotta probably try to incorporate the Pro Tools and the interface through here as well. So I'm definitely working on that. Facts. Yeah. Another day. I was supposed to get something to eat. I ain't even get nothing to eat. Some cereal. I said, man, the grind don't stop. You hear me? The grind don't stop. I said, man, I got to get something to eat, but I ain't even get nothing to eat, man. I got some cereal. Got me straight through and kept it moving, man. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. Yeah. I appreciate all y'all that be rocking with SBGB TV. And that's a fact. Most definitely. Appreciate y'all, man. Yeah. But we gonna be coming with that first single next month. Facts. Next month, I'm dropping the first single. And then after that, we just gonna keep going. Yeah, Brooklyn, C. Brown. I appreciate y'all. But next month, it give me a couple weeks to get in here and play with this, because I gotta learn how to play with the sound, to get the sound right, so I can, know how to work this thing. So give me a couple weeks to play with it and record. But this the first one. Y'all know I'm real versatile, straight up. Real versatile. Appreciate this super sticker, Natasha. Y'all know I'm real versatile, so I'm going all the way in on this one. Yeah, I got to go in. Yeah. But I was just like, I had to get this. I had to get this. And I've been locked in on this for the last couple days. For real. It's been the last couple days. I've been locked all the way in on it. So I'm like, man, I gotta get this. And it ain't no doubt in my mind that I'm gonna get it, you know. It's about putting that work in though, regardless. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button if you haven't already done so. Yeah, it's about putting that work in. You know, regardless, I know I'm putting that work in. That work in. I got the speakers, I got the mic, I got the Pro Tools downloaded, and now I can put the track on there. So now you know the next thing I'm gonna have to learn how to punch in and punch out, you know, because I'm telling y'all, I'm going off the head. Everything I do, I go off the top of the head. So I'm gonna play with it off the top of the head. The first joint is coming straight off the dome, straight off the head. I got to do it off the top. No pen, no pad, straight off the top. I got to. Facts. You hear me? And it's like, I know once I play with it a little bit, it's going to become natural to me. You know what I'm saying? I just got to play with it a little bit. And once I play with it a little bit, it's going, you know, this is just how it is with me. You know, yeah, my guy run the table. He definitely helped out getting that joint cracking. Facts. Yeah. He definitely helped out getting that thing together. So, but I was locked in, trying to make sure I got it. That was the main thing for me, to make sure that I got it. You know, I'm like, man, I gotta get this. You know, even though I was supposed to put it off to the mall, because I was supposed to put it off to the mall. I ain't even gonna lie. You hear me? I was supposed to put it off to the mall. But I said, man, nah, I gotta get it done now. So I can get this out the way while it's fresh on the brain. You know what I mean? I said, man, I ain't waiting at all. Wait for what? We're gonna get it done right now. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, man. But you know, things be like a learning curve. You know, things be like a learning curve. You feel me? And, you know, you can't be, you know, scared to learn. You can't be scared to get out there. You can't be. You know, some people just be nervous and they really be their own enemy. You know what I'm saying? You can do it, whatever. I really feel like you can do whatever you want to put your mind to. Long as you don't limit yourself, you can do whatever you want. And I think if you surround yourself around negative people, they'll deter you from doing things. Straight up, if you surround yourself around negative people, people that really don't mean you no good and they not trying to see you win, they just, you know, trying to like talk, whereas though they want to be invading your personal, you know, nah, because you gotta have that personal. Straight up, you gotta have that personal. And it's like some people be real negative, man. You know, but you know one thing about me, when I'm focused, I'm focused. And I know I got like a one-track mind. For real, for real. I got a one-track mind. Because I'll lock in on something and I'm just that right there until I get it together. Yeah. And it's like I don't see nothing else. I gotta get this done. And then I can get back to that or do this and do that. I like to finish the project. You know, it's some people that they'll get out there and start something and never finish it. You know what I'm saying? I want to finish the project. That's just me. Let me get it straight, get to it, and finish it. And then after that, we'll work on it from there. We'll work on it from there, though. Straight up. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's definitely about the hustle. That's definitely what it's about, the grind. You know. And you got to do things that you want to do. You don't owe nobody no explanation. Ever. In your whole life existence. You don't owe nobody no explanation. You just do what you do. You know, the people that be going to rock with you, they going to rock with you. The ones that don't, they not going to rock with you. You know, you don't owe nobody no explanation why you do this and why you do that. And I thought you was this and I thought you was going to do that. Nah. You just see what I'm doing. If that's what you with, you with. If you not, you not. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Yeah. That's how I'm at. You know? Yeah. I appreciate all y'all that rock with me, man. You know, hit that like button, though. Hit the subscribe button. Yeah. We definitely in the building. I said, man, I'm going to be here for about 2 hours tonight. We're going to do about 2. And we're going to go through some of the things that's going on in the world. And it's just one of those nights. You know, some real stuff. We're going to talk about some real things that's going on. And yeah, you know, the line is open too. You can call in. And, you know, whatever we talking about. You know what I mean? You know, I appreciate y'all. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. You know? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button.
And you said, okay, those people are down for me. Like, who are the individuals that we know that you could say they showed themselves to you as a true loyal friend during that time?
During the jail time, or just like from jail up to now?
Yeah.
Savage, Lil Baby, Drake. The jail phones, all that shit came out. Drake texted me, bruh, nigga, I love you. Fuck him. Drop that music, bro. Let your music talk. Ooh, you know, I just got a few phone calls from a few people. It's a few people that didn't call. So I'm damn near happy that this shit happened because it just like showed day color. Then cause I just had like new plans with all those people included too. So it's like the people that didn't, that let that type of shit change how they feel or change how they move. It's just like good. Like I'm just happy. Like, thank God, man. I think I'm just at the point where I'm just like, I'm over the just being sad or being like, I'm trying to just, that's why I wanted to do this interview with y'all. I just want to like, I be watching a lot of y'all interviews. Y'all are like, y'all good men, but y'all like healers too though. Y'all know how to just like talk and just like, you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm still a young nigga, so I don't even know what the fuck depressed is in real life. Like, cause I just want.
Dugger said Drake still rocking with him. Doug said Drake still rocking with him. That's what he said. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hold up. I knew it was going to be something. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I got this thing still on this damn speaker right here. I gotta take that off that damn speaker. Yeah. Hold up. Yeah, I got this thing on this speaker. I gotta shut this speaker off for a second. Hold up. This cloud storage is almost full. Let me take this off this speaker. Hold up. Hold up. Let's see what we got here. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Let's see what we got here. Let me see if it worked now. Yes, sir. Hey, yo, listen. I ain't gonna lie, yo. I'm getting better. You hear me? I'm getting better at making things shake on the drop of a dime, especially with the computer. The computer will have you confused. And that's a fact. You get on the computer, you will be confused, especially if you don't know how to get to certain things and click certain things. Yeah, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, because I just did that quick. I flipped that joint back quick. Let's see here. 5 charge after Detroit man kidnapped, beat, and robbed following viral video. Hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. Let's see what they say here.
Found kidnapped and beaten next to his burning car. His wife tied up during a home invasion. Agents say it was all part of a plot to steal thousands of dollars, and now it's who's facing charges that has people turning heads. We first told you about this story and the string of crimes that happened on Labor Day after video went viral of one of the victims receiving a large sum of money.
And right now, 5 people are facing charges of conspiracy to commit kidnapping. They appeared in court this morning. Investigators say they are among the accused, and they are some of the victims' own family members. I should let you know we've chosen to blur the victim's face since this is an ongoing.
Hold up. You mean to tell me this man's family tried to kidnap him and burn the car up? But I say it all the time. You ain't got to worry about somebody from across town. It's always going to be the people that are around you that try you. It ain't going to be nobody that you don't know. It's going to be somebody you know. This is why I tell y'all, I'm cool with being by myself. Straight up. I'm cool. I ain't got to have a whole bunch of people around me, because it's always the people around you that's the first ones to violate you.
Investigation. It's the viral video of a Detroit man's encounter with a popular social media influencer that had people talking about acts of kindness last month. Oh my God. That same video, according to court documents, had agents with the ATF using it as part of their probe into the kidnapping, beating, and an alleged plot to steal a large sum of money from the Detroiter many called a Good Samaritan.
This is all shocking. This is all shocking news for me right now.
After finding the man's SUV torched on Labor Day, the ATF is now naming 5 suspects in the alleged plot to kidnap, abduct, and hold the man and his wife for cash. Roland Terrell Chapman, the victim's nephew, Laker Lopez Martinez, Aisha Ann Stroman, Daniquia Janice Stroman, who investigators say may also be a relative, and Kenneth Paul Anderson.
To find out that his own family got something to do with that, that's heartbreaking, man.
Crazy.
Agents say they spent 1 month gathering evidence, which included phone calls between Chapman, his brother who's in jail, and mom discussing the large sum of money. Agents say on December 1st, Lopez Martinez told the man she was having car trouble and needed a ride. Once they arrived on Detroit's east side, more suspects allegedly appeared with guns. That's when investigators say the attackers tied up the victim, pulled his shirt over his head, robbed him, and threatened to kill his wife. A short time later, 2 other armed suspects allegedly ambushed the couple's home, tied up the man's wife, and stole a safe. Investigators used GPS and video surveillance to place each of the suspects at different scenes. Like here at a gas station, they say ATM footage shows Lopez Martinez driving the victim's SUV while withdrawing money from his bank. They say the Stromans were also seen on ATM cameras using the victim's cards. Court documents also reveal call logs of Chapman discussing the kidnapping with his brother. Search warrants were issued on Tuesday for each of the suspects' homes.
People doing that to you, man, and you out here just showing love to everybody. Man, that's what happened when you got a big heart, man. Everybody take advantage of you.
And according to court documents, guns, drugs, stolen coins, and other evidence were found during the searches of the suspects' homes. Each of them is due back in court next week.
Now that's crazy, man. His own people line him up and they want money. For the love of that dollar, you got to watch everybody. You can't trust nobody, man. Nobody. He ain't had to worry about somebody that didn't know him. It was the people right around him. And they wanted to take him all the way out. Burn his car up. Come on, man. It's crazy, man. This is why I'm the way I am. You know, this is why I am the way I am. I don't care who don't like it. Man, it's more peaceful knowing that you don't have to deal with that kind of stuff than trying to find your way to make relationships. Straight up. Then the wrong person don't win in that situation, then they looking at you like you the bad guy. If he would have been prepared and handled them, he would have been the bad guy. It's crazy. Hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. Yeah. Dirty individuals, man. People that tell you they love you. You know, people that say they care about you. They got your back. You know, his own brother. He said his own brother. Like, come on, man. This man's own brother went to that extent. Come on, man. That's crazy. Hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button and share this live, man. Who can you trust if you can't trust your brother? Who can you trust if you can't trust your brother? Wow. Somebody that come from the same womb or the same sack and they want to take you out for some paper. Something that they print. Something that they print. Like, come on, man. Straight goofy stuff though, man. Yeah. I'd rather not deal with you than deal with you than to have to worry about my life being in danger. Straight up. Hit that subscribe button, man. Smash that like button and share this live. Let's see here. Okay. Got a paper trail on the impound of the Tesla. Remember that artist that they said did some foul stuff, and body was found in the trunk of the Tesla? Let me see here. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button.
Private investigator who specializes in missing persons, and he got his hands on the paper trail from that first ticket that went on the Tesla's windshield to the end of the line at the impound lot. And he learned that fed-up neighbors called police about this car on August the 26th. An officer came by the very next day and left a ticket on the window. A second ticket was issued September 3rd, and the car was finally towed September 5th, 3 days before it became a key piece of evidence in what's now being confirmed as a homicide. Steve Fisher is the man behind that pro bono detective work, and he joins me now live. Steve, thanks so much for being on tonight. Tell me about the tow report that you were able to obtain and some of the information that you learned from the report.
So, it was first called in by a neighbor on the 26th. And the only note that was on it was when they asked for any identifying information besides the license plate, they noted that there was a large dent in the back. And, it was curious that there wasn't an odor mentioned. Now, that doesn't absolutely mean that in the conversation with the agent, they didn't mention that and it just didn't get reported. But, in LA, a traffic officer has to come out at least 3 times before they can tow it. So on 3 different days, they have to chalk the tires, make sure it hasn't moved, because it is legal to park on that street. So, as far as what was gathered from that, it was nothing regarding the smell or anything, but for it to get towed from that area, considering there is no parking restrictions, it had to be there quite a while, I think.
Well, let's talk about that, because not only did you get your hands on the towing report with all the information it yielded, but you also knocked on some doors and you found some of the neighbors who indeed knew about that car and knew how long it had been there. What did they tell you?
I talked to someone that, nobody wanted to be on the record, but they said that they believe they're certain the car was there more than a month. There was somebody else that said that the car had moved around a couple different times, but that's going back as far as May. It has been moving around. And, from those photos actually were embedded with the ticket that was taken. So when they provided the ticket on the 3rd, they give images, in case it goes to court and they can back it up. They're really high-res images. I could really zoom into them. And, that dirt is caked on that car. So I think that car got dumped a lot earlier than a lot of us think.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at the pictures at the same time you are on screen, and our viewers are seeing it too. One of the things I noticed with the caked on dirt is that you would not have been able to drive it with windshields that caked. It would have been really hard to drive. So, and I'm just so sad when I see this car parked here, because that she's in the trunk in this image, and it's so sad to. Yeah, it's extraordinarily sad. It's not just a parked car that's getting a ticket and getting towed. It's a tomb where a girl had been decomposing, day after day after day. But it's interesting you say a month, but then it's also interesting you see the police came back 3 different times and chalked the tires. What's the protocol for them? Why didn't they tow it the first day they were called?
So they're not allowed to tow it unless it's documented that it has not moved in 72 hours. So now when they came out on the 26th, or they got called on the 26th, they came out first on the 27th. That happened to be Labor Day weekend. So, it wasn't until the 3rd, until Labor Day was over, they came out the second time. But by ordinance here in LA County, and I do very familiar with this because I live in the area, you have to move within 72 hours. If it's called in as abandoned, it has to also have other factors, such as it appears to be abandoned. If this car was clean, it wouldn't have been towed.
Yeah. The fact that, the first call came in and 8 days later, it was towed. Each time they came out and established the 72-hour rule and had those 3 that they have to have. Did the neighbors that you talked to say anything else about, other than, it's been here for about a month? Did anybody say it smelled?
Not that I talked to. I know that I've seen reports that somebody did, but not that I talked to. However, the street that it's on, and I don't know if this was done on purpose or not, but the street, Bluebird, is just this little street with about 6 houses on it. It kind of makes a semicircle that wraps from one end of Doheny and meets back up to Doheny. So it's not a super traveled street. Now, Doheny is, so you drive by it. But where it was is kind of like a strategic area where there's only, see that road right there wraps around to the right, and then it connects again to the main road. So there's not too many people that will walk by it. And these hedges on this house are so high that it really takes out people walking on the other side of the vehicle. So I don't know if it was actually done strategically, but if you're going to leave it somewhere else, it's as good a place to leave it as any.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and
hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, that's sad though, man. That's sad. She was young, lost her life. Is the guy locked up? Do y'all know if they locked him up or not? Is he still running around? Because I don't know that. Yeah. Let me know if they locked him up yet, man. They didn't lock him up. Wow. Wow. And the car is his car though, right? So did he report the car stolen or something like that? Because I'm wondering if the car was his car, why wouldn't they lock him up? He must got some paper and they don't want to rush the gun on him. Yeah. He said, yeah, too bad. Our children need to be guided back to the Most High. Crazy. Someone else driving it when he been on tour. Okay. So somebody else had the car while he was on tour. Wow. Yeah, wow. Yeah, hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button. Smash that like button. Wow. Let me see here. Wow. Fine-tune updates. This member team found. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what they say right here, man. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Let's see what they say right here about it. They got some updates on it. Let's see what they say about it. We're going to see right here.
To the strange death of a teenage girl whose body was found in a car registered to singer David, it continues. And this comes as the musician just moved out of a property that was raided by police. The young girl's remains were returned to her family, and with still no suspect, no person of interest, we ask, what exactly is going on right now? Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, it's time to talk about the latest in the death of Celeste Hernandez, the teenage girl who was reportedly found dead in the trunk of a 2023 Tesla in a Los Angeles Hollywood tow yard, a car that was registered to 20-year-old musician David, D4VD, real name David Anthony Burke. By the way, we had a typo in our last episode. We said a Cybertruck. That was our mistake. It was actually a Tesla. By the way, if you don't know, D4VD, David, is a very big deal, okay? Aside from millions and millions of followers online, this is a performer who signed a record deal when he was, 17 years old? He was reportedly paid a $3 million advance with a potential $6 million payday and all. He's been on the Billboard Hot 100. He's opened for SZA. He sat front row at a Paris runway show. He has billions of streams on Spotify. He really blew up on social media. That's how he really became famous. But you put that to the side, what do we know right now? We know that Celeste's body was found September 8th, that this was a day after she reportedly would have turned 15 years old. While a cause of death has not been officially released by the LA County Medical Examiner's Office at the time of this recording, it has been reported that her remains were released back to her family. And talking about her remains, reports say that her body was apparently mutilated. And we know that she was found severely decomposed, left inside of this plastic bag in the car, which raises questions about how long she was in that state. It's also not entirely clear when she died, but it's awful. It's awful. And according to KTLA, the medical examiner has stated the cause and manner of death have been deferred, which means the deputy medical examiner completed an examination, but a cause of death has not been determined. The deputy medical examiner is requesting additional testing and or studies in order to make a determination. Due to the ongoing death investigation, the County of Los Angeles Department of Medical Examiner cannot disclose what testing and or studies were requested. Deferred cases can take a few months before a cause of death is determined. And what is so chilling is the lack of answers. There have been no arrests, as this investigation is reportedly being headed up by the Robbery Homicide Division with the Los Angeles Police Department. We know that her body was found in this Tesla after there were those at the yard who smelled a really bad, foul odor coming from the car after it was impounded. It was actually towed after it was abandoned for about 5 days in the Hollywood Hills. It was near a rental home where David was staying at. I mentioned there's no arrest, and by all accounts, David has not been listed as a suspect. He has not been arrested. He has not been formally accused of any wrongdoing. Reporting indicates he has been cooperative. In fact, no suspect or person of interest has been listed. He was on tour, by the way, across the country. He was about to go to Europe for some tour dates, but that has been canceled after Celeste's body was found. And here's something significant too. It has been reported that David has moved out of that multi-million-dollar 4-bedroom Hollywood Hills home that he was renting. The New York Post says, by the way, for $20,000 a month, that he broke his lease. And this comes after police had searched that home on September 17th. NBC reporting that law enforcement sources say police were looking for various things, including digital devices that may contain material potentially linking Celeste to the property. TMZ reporting that LAPD detectives left with a computer and several evidence bags. An LAPD spokesperson telling people several items of evidence were recovered and will be analyzed by detectives in the coming days. Investigators are following up on several leads. E! News reporting that law enforcement sources with knowledge of this case and investigation say that electronics and computers were removed. TMZ also reported,
if he is a suspect, they not going to tell everybody anyway. You know, they want him to be comfortable. But then they saying that his overseas tour dates was canceled. So he might be a suspect. But I doubt they would tell the world if he was a suspect. But you can see one of them weirdos, man. They paint the fingernails and the earrings in the eyes. And, you know, he could have been one of those dudes that like them young girls too, allegedly. Yeah, you can see he was definitely weird, though. Yeah, he was definitely one of them. For sure. Yeah. Look at him. He's standing there like a straight female.
that they were looking for blood. More specifically, TMZ's Charles Latibaudiere told Ashley Banfield on News Nation, quote, they were checking drains to see if there's any blood evidence or blood or tissue that was in the drains there. So they did a scouring of this house looking for any evidence. Now, here on Sidebar, we talk a lot about emergencies, but you know what we don't talk about enough is how to prepare so you can face anything with confidence. And I will tell you, falls are one of the leading causes of injury for older Americans. In fact, 1 in 4 experiences one each year, and getting help fast, that can make all the difference. That is where Medical Guardian comes in. And if you think you already know what a medical alert device is like, think again. Medical Guardian continues to innovate, making them sleeker, easier to use, faster than anything you may have seen. Even call for help automatically, mini light, because DDS 75 found in that car. She had been reported missing at least 3 times last year, with the New York Post reporting she was last reported missing by her family in April of 2024. She apparently ran away 2 other times per TMZ, and then she disappears. She was in the 7th grade. She was a child. But again, not clear what she was doing before her death or what exactly her connection was to David. See, that part's interesting. In terms of her connection to David, that's strange. See, you have this former teacher at apparently Celeste's former school, Lakeland Village School, who told TMZ that she had met David on social media and believed that she ran away to Hollywood to be with the singer, but that police found her and sent her back. He apparently corroborated that he knows her by showing a picture of himself with her and said that she had been missing since he had been teaching her, that she was frequently not in class, but really didn't know much about her private life. Those online believe that David and Celeste may have had a romantic relationship of some kind, but again, nothing has been officially confirmed by authorities or either Celeste's family or the singer's camp. However, on yesterday's TMZ Live, Harvey Levin said, we've spoken to people in the music business who've partied with David, hung out with David, and there seems to be a consensus that people believe that David and Celeste were boyfriend and girlfriend. TMZ's Charlie Neff commented that people in the industry believed Celeste was actually 19 years old, saying when the news came out that she was a 14-year-old child, they could not believe that because she also presented herself very maturely. They didn't really question it because of the places she was seen at. There have been reports that there is a leaked David song that potentially mentions Celeste, that there is a video of the 2 of them live streaming together months before she disappeared in 2024. And I will say people are looking into his past songs and performances for any clues. Like, for example, he brought a casket on stage during shows. And in his single Romantic Homicide from...
Hold up. So they was live streaming together months before this happened? And that really looked like them on stream together. Oh, yeah. See, they not going to tell everybody you know everything, but dude on Sidebar is definitely putting it out there because they was together. He then took her around, and people in the industry, they thought she was 19. She was really 14. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I believe they definitely took his passport so that he can't go nowhere. Yeah. Dude definitely is a weirdo. Definitely. Smash that like button.
Back in 2022, he said, "I killed you and I didn't even regret it." Now, in a GoFundMe that has been set up on behalf of the Rivas Hernandez family, it says, as many of you know, Celeste Rivas Hernandez has been identified as the body found last week. She was a beloved daughter, sister, cousin, and friend. Her family is heartbroken and devastated by this tragic loss. Any funds you're able to donate are greatly appreciated. Okay, so let me bring on criminal defense attorney William Corman, who is with us here in studio. Good to see you. A lot of people excited for you to come in. Everybody wants to meet you. You're a big fan favorite. Are you surprised there is no arrest? Are you surprised that there has been no identified suspect, no identified person of interest by authorities? And what does it tell you that we're at that point?
I think it's very early still. I think that this is a complicated case. I think that there's a lot of information that needs to be sussed out first by the investigators, by the crime scene analysts and the like. And I think it's simply too early for there to be an arrest. I think an arrest right now would be premature, and that would then be something that defense counsel would jump on. There wasn't enough information to arrest. There wasn't enough probable cause to arrest at the time that they did. But I think that everyone needs to be patient. I'm sure an arrest will be forthcoming.
Can you explain what the disadvantage would be for law enforcement and for prosecutors for essentially making that announcement before they're ready to take some sort of action? What would be the problem?
Sure. So in order for an arrest to take place, there needs to be probable cause for the arrest to happen. And I just don't think that they're there yet. If they arrest somebody too soon, then their lawyer can go into court and argue that there wasn't probable cause for arrest and try to get the case thrown out.
And to be clear, once again, I said it before, I'll say it again. David has not been identified as a suspect. He has not been implicated officially in any wrongdoing. If he has not been arrested, if he has not been identified as a suspect, is it possible right now that authorities and prosecutors are thinking he may not be connected to this? He may not be responsible for Celeste's death, or they might be looking at alternatives there, or they may be trying to see if he has a connection here. I mean, what should we be taking away from that?
I don't think we should take anything away yet. I think what we should take away is that this is a messy, messy crime scene with a lot of unknowns. And I don't think that if I were David, I wouldn't be resting easy by any stretch of the imagination. But if I were the public, I wouldn't be clamoring for them to hurry up and do something. I think these things take time.
What would you advise him if you were representing him right now?
Not to say anything and not to do anything.
What does that mean? Because right now he canceled the rest of his tours. He broke the lease, apparently, moved out of that rental property that was searched. Those are significant actions. That says something.
If I were his attorney, what I would advise him to do is lay low, do nothing, don't obstruct the investigation, but we're under no obligation to cooperate with it either. And just let your lawyers do what they need to do in order to get from point A to point B.
What do they need to do? Remember, I think it's interesting when we talk about a high-profile celebrity case and what might be happening with lawyers. We covered the Diddy case extensively. You covered it with us as well. His lawyers, before he was officially arrested and indicted, they were in constant communication with prosecutors. At least they tried to, when it came to what he was doing, his movements, surrendering his passport. Is there a communication happening between his attorneys and authorities? And what does that communication look like?
I would imagine there's some communication, and what it really is you're informing the prosecutors of where your client is, your client's availability. What you don't want is for them to come into your client's house in the middle of the night and arrest them. In a situation like this, I reach out to prosecutors where I have a client who's a suspect. I say, look, you know me, let us know where you need us to be. We will turn ourselves in at any moment, rather than you coming to my client's house or my client's place of business, 10 officers deep and taking down the door. Let's cooperate with you. You know what we're going to do. We're going to turn ourselves in if and when it gets to that stage of the game.
If there is some sort of action in this case, what will it look like and what can we expect?
I imagine that the first thing that would happen is there would be an arrest of David. I'm imagining,
or someone else.
Or someone else, right? Someone will be arrested in this case, I imagine. And if it is somebody like David, whose attorneys have already been in touch with the prosecution, they'll most likely arrange a time for him to turn himself in. If it's someone else, someone random off the street, someone whose name we don't even know, that person could obviously just be arrested at the spur of the moment.
Isn't there surveillance cameras of someone depositing a body into the car? Or they look to see how the car got there, who was driving it. Maybe they don't have a...
I thought Tesla had a whole bunch of cameras on it. I thought the car got cameras all the way around the car. So wouldn't they have some type of footage of what went on around the car? Or this car didn't have that? I thought all the Teslas had cameras everywhere all around the car. You know, so I mean, I want to see this. Yeah, I want to see how this one turns out, because I swore that all of them had cameras. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button.
All those answers, you would think in the Hollywood Hills there would be some sort of video evidence to document something about that car, no?
I'm sure that there probably is, but again, I caution some patience here, because what the last thing that the folks in LA want to do, LA County is a strange place. California sees high profile trials all the time. They tend to go a little sideways. They're certainly full of surprises and unexpected details. I think they really want to have all their ducks in a row before they pull the trigger.
Why no cause of death? Why has no cause of death been released? I mentioned before that there needs to be additional testing, but the reports indicate the LA County Medical Examiner's Office won't even say what that testing is. I guess something about these remains are not clear cut. They need to do additional testing, but like, why not even say what that testing is?
I don't think they want to show their cards yet. For example, and this is just a hypothetical, what if she was pregnant? What if the testing has to do with DNA testing and they're hoping that, or they try to find out who the father is of the unborn child? That testing takes some time, and that's certainly not something they want to show their hand on right away. Drug testing.
So they got pictures of them together. They got video footage of them together. And I don't understand, how he think he gonna get away with something like that if they got all these pictures and video of them being together. He must just be on borrowed time right now and then.
Things along those lines. Forensic testing does take time.
When do you think we can get an update there?
I don't know. I think that's a tough question to answer. It's something everybody wants, but again, I don't think they're in any rush. If it's David, everyone knows who he is and where he is. I don't think there's a concern that he's going to abscond. I think they're going to take their time because they want to get it right.
Is it unusual to you that we don't have a cause of death right now that's been released, or is that standard practice?
I think in a case like this, where it isn't something that's blatantly obvious, it's relatively standard practice. Again, they're not going to show all their cards in the beginning.
Do you think there's going to be trouble determining time of death, which can be very important for prosecutors as well?
I think that time of death is going to be tricky in this particular situation, especially because, as far as we know, the body seems to have been there for a significant period of time. I think cause of death is something that's going to be easier to figure out than time of death.
If he was on tour when this body was found, does that hurt the prosecution's case?
When it was found or when it was killed?
Around when the person was killed, right? That's a good point. I mean, when the body was found and he was on tour, leaving a body in a car in a public area that's going to be towed. I've talked about this before. It's a couple of things. One, right, it could be framing. It could be just sloppy, or there was a plan to do something else, but the car got towed before you could do something. Am I crazy to think about these alternatives?
Or panicking. Or a third party was involved to get rid of the car and they panicked, or they got rid of it at their first opportunity. I think that there will be more information forthcoming without a doubt. A cause of death will be forthcoming. I think we just need to wait and see what that testing is.
Do you think it was wise for him to move out of the property? Do you think he consulted with his lawyers before doing that?
I think that it probably made sense for him to move out of the property for a few reasons. If they were going to execute search warrants on the property, I wouldn't want my client there at the time if my client has the ability to vacate the property. The last thing he needs is for the media to be following cameras through, like in Diddy, and have people there while search warrants being executed.
What do you think is going on with the materials that were reportedly obtained from the home? There's been reporting about computers and electronics.
Appreciate you, Trees.
Maybe trying to establish whether or not Celeste had a connection to that property. What are they looking for?
So the digital forensic analysts are going through all those materials with a fine-tooth comb. They're seeing what the chains of what the lines of communication were, if any, between Celeste and David, where their emails, where their text messages, where their Instagram photos, whatever there was that they can use to connect those folks together and create a timeline for the prosecution.
You heard before that TMZ reported they might be looking for blood as well. Would that be making sense to you?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And then what does that testing look like?
So it depends on where they're looking. I mean, if they're going through a home, they're doing a forensic testing. They're doing almost like we see in the movies. You know, they're getting down on their hands and knees. They're taking swabs from carpets. They're taking swabs from furniture. They're doing exhaustive testing of the materials themselves to see what they can find. They're pulling up drains for hair. They're examining bathtub drains for chemicals that could be used to dissolve bodies. It's all gruesome, but that's what they're doing.
Do you think prosecutors are working hand in hand with law enforcement in terms of obtaining this evidence and conducting this investigation?
There's always an interesting relationship between prosecutors and the investigators themselves. Right. Different jurisdictions handle it differently. Oftentimes, prosecutors assist law enforcement in writing search warrants to make sure that the search warrants are relatively watertight, because the last thing you want is a defense attorney to come in and challenge the grounds of the search or challenge the search warrant and perhaps get important evidence thrown out. So it's not unusual for prosecutors to assist investigators in drafting and reviewing those search warrants.
Do they assist also with interviewing witnesses, potential suspects, anything like that?
They can. I think more often than not, the interviews are conducted by actual investigators themselves rather than the prosecutors who subsequently would be handling the case.
It's interesting. And we don't have a definitive connection here between David and Celeste. There's rumors online I talked about. There's what TMZ has reported about it. Is it unusual that law enforcement haven't officially come out and announced whatever connection there is between the two? And by the way, I wonder how much they might be trying to get information from family, from friends, from people online, from tips, which can get complicated when you're dealing with a celebrity like this.
Sure. I mean, the last thing I want to do is a rush to judgment, because that's what the defense attorney is going to stand up and say during his or her opening statement, and then again at their closing argument. They're going to say this was a rush to judgment. Before they had all the facts lined up, they already pointed his finger at this particular suspect, be it David or somebody else. So it's not surprising that it's going slow. I think it has to go slow. And it's certainly not surprising they're not talking about any connection between these two, because again, if David didn't do it, you don't want to tar and feather the individual with saying that, you know, he's a highly regarded suspect in a particular case.
And you also have to think about who would have had access to the car if it wasn't David. Real quick, are they doing a deep dive into Celeste's life, and how can they track her movements and her actions from when she went missing in 2024? How difficult is that? What do you think's going on there?
So I'm sure they're interviewing family. I'm sure they're interviewing friends, and I'm sure they're doing a very deep dive on her sort of digital footprint, as it were, her phones, her social media pages, all those other things, to try to establish a timeline of who she was talking to, when she was talking to, and when those communications stopped.
And her remains being released back to her family now, is that significant?
It means that they're done with whatever testing is going to be done on those remains. So whatever testing is going to take place has taken place, or, and not to be graphic, they've taken whatever samples they need in order to test in the future.
William Corman, thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Hit that like button, man. Yeah, so I don't know, but from what we see, he definitely has some type of connection to her. So we're gonna see how this one turns out. Them being having them photos and them videos, yeah, that show a lot. He's a grown man, she's a little girl. Yeah, that mean a lot, man. It could be multiple people involved. It could be. It could be multiple people involved. But I would think that they would get them damn cameras from the Tesla, though. I would think that would be like something they would get on ASAP. Yeah. The Tesla would mean a lot. You know, the cameras is supposed to be, you know, working. I would think that. Yeah, I would think they would definitely, you know, get the cameras. Yeah. If he did it, he deserved whatever they give him, man. Because, man, that's wicked. Yeah, that's wicked, man. And they saying that he was bringing her around like it was regular, huh? Sick, man. Straight sick. Hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. Straight sick. Yeah, straight sick. Boy, oh boy. Let me see here. Boy, oh boy. You never know. Never know. But the thing about it, how long did they say she was supposedly with this guy? The parents ain't want to know where she was at or nothing? They wasn't concerned about nothing? How long was she supposed to be off with this guy? Did the parents know that she was with him specifically? Yeah. Did you hear the parents say anything about that? Did they know that specifically? Because that is something different. Let me see here. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Let's see here. Yeah. Hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. Let me see here. What is going on? What is going on? Let me see. Close the layoffs. Let me see here. What is this guy here? Tony Earl Jr. found guilty. Who was he found guilty on? Who was this guy found guilty on? Who was this guy found guilty on? He found guilty of manslaughter. Death of a 9-year-old. Okay. This guy was found guilty of manslaughter, death of a 9-year-old. See what they say.
The verdict in the Arlene Alvarez trial is about to be read. Let's listen in. Okay, we are waiting for that verdict to be read in the Arlene Alvarez death trial. Our Rochelle Turner is standing by outside the courtroom. We understand that we were waiting for the family to arrive back inside the courtroom before that verdict was read. We do want to bring you up to speed on some of the things that were happening this morning in the courtroom. The day started with the judge making a final decision on charges. The defense asked that a criminal negligent homicide charge be added to the manslaughter charges. This was essentially hoping that the jury would acquit the manslaughter charge first. The defense argued that Tony Earls Jr. mistook Arlene Alvarez's father's truck for the getaway truck that the man who robbed he and his wife at gunpoint hopped into. Prosecutors argued that regardless, he still recklessly fired a deadly weapon into a vehicle, which caused the 9-year-old's death. The judge denied that request, so the manslaughter charge did stick, as we know. Let's talk about the charges presented to the jury. Manslaughter, recklessly causing the death of another person. We do understand from our Rochelle Turner that Earls cried as that charge was read. All right, we want to take you back inside that courtroom now as the verdict in this case is about to be read. Let's listen in.
And if I could have a minute and speak with the parties, and we'll let you. My understanding is someone has an appointment anyways, so it's best to start tomorrow anyways, so I can get everything that we need. So remember my admonishments with respect to speaking with, researching or speaking with anyone about the case. It is still jury trial, okay? So remember all that. And I plan on working tomorrow and hopefully resolving the case. So please make plans accordingly. Every party, okay? Everyone. Y'all have a good night.
All right, for the jury.
Y'all may be seated. Before we conclude for today, I'd like y'all to look at, y'all may be seated, the jury charge. And so my plan is whatever punishment you have stayed, I'd like to conclude it all tomorrow. Whatever punishment you have defense, I want to finish all tomorrow too. I want to argue this case tomorrow and stay as late as we need to stay to get a resolution in this case. I know people have been waiting a long time. Okay? All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll stand in recess.
Judge Wilbur, they were having a conversation with the jury. I just saw some of their faces. I was worried that they may think that being sequestered or something like that.
Oh.
I don't know, just.
Get them. I didn't see that.
Okay, I'm just making sure that.
Y'all got the feeling they were being sequestered?
No.
Oh, 9:30.
Say that. I just they don't know, so I'm worried that they're going there.
Whatever. But 9:30, please, and let's get everything ready. So that charge is very standard. It's not a complicated punishment charge.
It shouldn't be, Judge.
No. So I'd like to anyway start at 9:30. So let's be here at 9 o'clock or a little bit earlier. Let's get it all on the record and just continue with it. And let's just go, okay? Y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe. Thank you. Of course,
So if you were just joining us, a verdict has been reached in the Tony Earls manslaughter trial. He is charged with manslaughter in the death of 9-year-old Arlene Alvarez, which took place during a robbery. He has just left the courtroom, we understand. A verdict has been reached, but based on statements made from the judge, you can see it's a packed courtroom right there. Arlene Alvarez's family, they're anxiously waiting to hear the jury's decision in this case. But based on statements that we heard from the judge, it appears as though court is in recess for the day, and the case will resume tomorrow morning at 9:30, at which time the verdict, we understand, will be read. Our Rochelle Turner is outside the courtroom right now. She's been following the very latest on this case since the beginning. A lot took place today. There were closing arguments made by both sides earlier today before the jury started to deliberate around 1:30 this afternoon. They reached their decision probably within 45 minutes or so. We do have a verdict, I understand. I'm going to go to my colleague, Rochelle Turner. She's going to bring us up to speed on what exactly is taking place right now. Rochelle.
Andy, good afternoon. Yes, the jury delivered a guilty verdict for Tony Earls Jr. He was charged with manslaughter in the death of 9-year-old Arlene Alvarez. And we're all just kind of waiting outside of the courtroom to see if the family's going to come out or someone from the district attorney's office. We did see a few people leave the courtroom maybe about 2 minutes ago, but there was a guilty verdict, and I was over in the corner watching it on our little backpack that we use to go live out in the field, and he had his head down the entire time. So it was a guilty verdict. And so right now we are still just waiting on the family or someone from the district attorney's office to give us some type of statement or speak for the family. As you mentioned, this is a case that we have been covering since last week. And it's something that I've been following since it happened many years ago. I remember showing up on the scene. It was a very sad day. Family members were there, and we sadly learned that a 9-year-old had been shot and killed. During this trial, we saw the video from that bank where Tony Earls fired those 9 shots. And it was something that prosecutors played throughout this trial. We saw it in their closing arguments today. They played it several times, saying that he fired recklessly into the air, and one of those bullets hit Arlene Alvarez. But on the other side, we heard from the defense, and they were saying that the robber should have been sitting in that chair instead of Tony Earls, the man who pretty much caused all this. He was at the bank. We understand he was making a deposit, and that's when the robber suspect came up and Tony Earls fired at the robber. So it's been a lot of back and forth. His team has been trying to say that it should have been the robber suspect sitting in the chair, but ultimately prosecutors countered that he fired recklessly into the air. So again, we do see some police officers and attorneys behind me kind of making their way out of the courtroom. So we are just waiting right now to see if the family or someone from the district attorney's office will speak. But this afternoon, Tony Earls, a jury found him guilty of manslaughter in the shooting death of Arlene Alvarez. So for now, Andy, I'm going to send it back to you in the studio. We're going to kind of gather more information, and I'm going to go in and see what everyone is kind of doing, and then you can take me again live. We also have Joy Addison, who has been inside of the courtroom. She's also been covering this trial, so she can kind of give you some thoughts on what she's been hearing, what she's been seeing inside of the courtroom. But that's the very latest here at the Harris County Criminal Justice Center. Andy?
A lot to wrap up. Rochelle Turner reporting live from the Harris County Criminal Justice Center. Of course, we will learn more about the sentencing phase of this trial beginning tomorrow morning at 9:30.
Hold up. Let me get this right. So somebody was robbing a bank, and he wanted to be a good Samaritan or whatever you want to call it, and started shooting in the air and unalive that young child. That dude should have minded his own damn business. Yeah, he should have minded his own business. And the robber, they didn't charge him. I would think they would have charged the robber because he started the chain of events for what happened, but the robber didn't even get charged. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, he should have minded his own damn business. Yeah, that's one thing about people in them firearms. When they get them firearms, some people just, make poor choices. Man, you should have kept going your own way. You trying to protect the bank? Hold up. Is this nigga really trying to protect the bank? Like, come on, my man. Yeah, man. Hey, man. That bank would have been robbed. I would have kept going where I'm going. I'm not protecting the bank. They got insurance on that money. Ah, man, he tweaking. They messed his whole life up because he inserted himself into something trying to protect the bank. Oh, man. Yeah, man. That ain't make no sense. Yeah, that ain't make no sense. Smash that like button. He should have kept going his own damn way. Ain't no way I would have trying to protect the bank. But he got a firearm. And that's the law enforcement's job. That ain't your job. Yeah, you don't keep doing what you doing, mind your business. Out of pocket. Yeah. Yeah. Now you gotta sit in jail. They probably gonna give him a Twinkie for that. That manslaughter. They're Gonna probably give him a Twinkie for that. Now he gotta sit down for a whole 20-piece McNugget. Yeah, man. I'd have let that one go. Yeah, I'd have let that one go. For sure. Yeah. That ain't had nothing to do with me. How they say, mind your own business. That ain't had nothing to do with you. Let that go. And keep going about your business. Yeah. Man, hey, listen, it take 1 second for your life to change. You can make a bad decision, and in 1 second, your life can change. 1 second. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, 1 second. Change your whole life. Calling us broken for the second time. Yeah. Yeah. I'll let that go. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'd have let that go. I ain't getting in nothing. Let's see. I always looking for something. Something I seen. Something I had seen. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't let that go. Let me see. It was something I was looking I seen earlier. It was something I seen earlier talking about the ice in Chicago. Yeah, something I seen about the ice in Chicago. Yeah, I'm trying to find that. This is moving. Yeah, let me see. So the FBI raid mansion. Stolen names, stolen benefits, new details on alleged cult, FBI raid investigation. Let me see, what was this about? Did I see this? I don't know if I seen this one.
Agents swarming a Columbia County home in the gated neighborhood of Westlake. Tonight, we've learned the raid is connected to the House of Prayer and serious allegations that the group is a cult scamming veterans out of benefits. The FBI says this scheme involves identity theft, false tax returns, and a trail of crime going back decades. Thanks for joining us as we continue to follow this breaking story. I'm Zaina Halliburton. Tonight, the leader of the House of Prayer, Ronnie Dennis, is in custody connected to an FBI raid on his mansion in the Westlake neighborhood. His charges include conspiracy to commit bank fraud, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and aiding and assisting in filing a false tax return. We're told Ronnie Dennis isn't even his real name, but an identity he stole in 1983, according to federal authorities. The U.S. Department of Justice says Dennis is one of 8 House of Prayer leaders charged in various fraud schemes and tax charges. In the meantime, your Liz Owens is live for us in the newsroom. Liz, just in the last few hours, you got your hands on Dennis's indictment. What new details do you have for us?
Well, according to the indictment, 8 church leaders committed these crimes by targeting military members and exploiting them for their benefits. The indictment also describes cult-like behavior, arranging marriages and divorces.
Hold on, I gotta say this though. She got one of the strongest faces ever. I gotta say this. Like, she got that scary face. Straight, strong, scary face. Hold up, man.
Humiliating members they perceived as rule breakers and prohibiting family members from talking to loved ones who left the church.
A 7-bedroom, 8-bathroom estate listing price $1.96 million, raided by the FBI Wednesday morning. The mansion on Honors Way is located in the gated community of Westlake. Divorce documents tie the name Ronnie Dennis to this address. According to an indictment just unsealed by the feds, the leader of House of Prayer stole the name in 1983 and used it to become an American citizen in 2002. The same year, he founded the House of Prayer Christian Churches of America. You might remember that the feds raided several of the churches in 2022, including the church in Hetzibah. Fast forward 2 years, and now Dennis, along with 7 other leaders of the religious organization, are named in an indictment which accuses them of exploiting military personnel by recruiting them into the church, directing them to enroll in the church's seminary, and then using their VA benefits to funnel money into accounts controlled by the church. The indictment goes on to describe how leaders maintained a list of ex-traitors, humiliated members for perceived rule violations, and how the leaders restricted family members from contacting their loved ones who left the church. The feds say the 8 also committed bank fraud by using straw buyers to seize homes, which they then converted into rental properties, collecting more than $5 million in rent in just 2 years.
So all those named in the indictment could face up to 20 years, maybe more, in prison. That's if they're found guilty. The FBI has been pretty quiet about the whole thing, but they are holding a news conference tomorrow. We expect to learn a lot more then, and we'll be there and bring you the latest.
Thanks for following this for us, Liz, from start to end and continuing into tomorrow. Thank you.
Hey, yo. So this man been calling himself somebody else since 1983. That's a long time, man. That's a long time. So he must have moved from somewhere and started just like a whole new life. Because 1983, that's a long time to be going by a whole nother name. And don't nobody say nothing. Yeah, the feds, they find out though, don't they? Damn, they find out. This nigga had a whole nother name. Straight up. Yeah, straight up. Hit that like button, man. That subscribe button. That's deep. Yeah, he run around with a whole nother name. And they was taking the people's benefits. Hey, snap. And they was taking the people's benefits. And I was trying to see, I seen something that I seen. Let me see. And this dude was snap. Hold on. Man tried to pin girlfriend's murder on a random mob attack. There's some crazy people out there. I ain't gonna lie, there's some crazy people out there. Word it is. I seen something. They say here that Justin violence erupts outside Illinois' ICE facility. But they say it happened outside the ICE facility. Smash that like button. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. They said something happened outside the ICE facility. Let's see what they say here.
Look at the live scene on your screen right now. Federal agents now have clashed with rioters outside that facility, that Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE facility near Chicago. So they were protesting peacefully earlier, and then they had to hit them with pepper balls. And you could see all of the melee just moments ago, and now the federal agents are holding the line against the rioters. They were 2 feet apart. Now they're a little bit farther apart, and if the camera could pull out, and I know that our reporter, Mike Tobin, is on the ground. He's with this photographer. I don't know if he can hear the sound of my voice, but we want to be able to see exactly. We've got most of the sign, but you see off to the left are the federal agents. On the other side of the sign, the protesters are being pushed back. Now, there has been a lot of protesting, but again, this turned into something different. Broadview, Illinois, outside of Chicago, and agents formed a line just seconds ago. I want to bring in Mike Tobin. Mike, did something tip this in one direction, or did things just get too crowded? And was there any purpose in their movements as agents had to begin firing pepper balls at anti-ICE rioters?
There seem to be two incidents that drove what we're seeing right now. One, there was a vehicle that had to come into this temporary facility, and where the southwest entrance, and they had a lot of protesters there. So they needed to make space for that vehicle. And pardon my delivery, I'm just the after effects of the tear gas. Also, it seemed that there were a few individuals that they wanted to detain. So they cleared out the crowd. They zeroed in. They had officers on foot who zeroed in on a couple of people. They put them face down and bound them up on the pavement out there. And they took those individuals into custody. And so what you see now is the aftermath. They've cleared out the, I would call this the southeast entrance to this temporary facility now, pushed all the demonstrators back onto 25th Street. And now you see them just holding the line right now to prevent them from going back to the same spot where they were before. Now you see all the demonstrators out there. A few of them are on the ground triaging, if you will, just dealing with the after effects of the gas and the pepper balls. In fact, something I can show you, I'll hang it up, put it right in front of the camera here. Here are some of the rubber bullets that are getting fired out there. For the crowd control. It's a kind of a hard, yet not entirely hard rubber. And this is the pepper ball. If you can see really close, it may be hard on your screen, but that is filled with the chemical irritant that kind of goes up into a cloud of gas after they fire it. They're using that a lot. They hit the fence with it, and it makes a cloud and clears the people out. So this is the aftermath of all of that. You got a crowd of people still intent on not backing down, would be their choice of words, but standing in confrontation with these officers. And the officers here, some of them from ICE, some of them from Border Patrol, backing the people up to make some space. And you look now, way down that road, that is the space that they created to the southwest entrance of this temporary ICE facility in Broadview, Illinois. Harris.
Mike Tobin, you're giving us some great close-up looks at what it takes to keep that ICE facility and those federal agents away from the rioters, but they are still not leaving. You pointed that out. Could you hear anything that any of these rioters were saying or chanting as this was going on, as federal agents had to move in and push them back with all really means necessary in terms of non-lethal, because that's what you just showed us with that ball.
Right, the non-lethal weaponry, they use gas, they use the rubber bullets, they use the pepper balls. And then in terms of things that the protesters say, frankly, you've heard all of it before. They say, Nazis, fascists, they say the totalitarian government, things of that nature. And of course, when someone gets picked up, they say that there was no reason for that individual to be picked up. You hear that pretty much every time, and they're not really singing off a different sheet of music this time around.
And what is happening right now? I mean, I know that they won't go away. Has the crowd gotten much thinner? I mean, you would think that with all of that pushing back from federal agents, people would just turn around and go home. But they are waiting. What is the wait for? Have you talked with any of them?
Well, it usually increases the number once there's a conflict. It encourages them. You got to keep in mind that protesters who show up at a place like this with the painters' masks on, with the keffiyehs and whatnot, they're looking to make a statement, but they're also looking for the drama. They're not afraid of having a conflict. In fact, I think some of them are pretty encouraged to have some form of conflict. And when you see the line form up, that's where the conflict occurs, Harris.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-host Harris Faulkner.
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It looked like they was protesting peacefully to me. Yeah, it looked like they was protesting peacefully. What they was on. Yeah, they flexing their authority. Yeah, it looked like they was protesting peaceful. They say an Oakland woman shot dead picking up niece and nephew.
Identified the victim as Carla Lee. Her sister tells me Carla had just left the family home when shots rang out before she even made it to her car.
My sister was young, full of life. I mean, always happy, smiling. You never seen her angry.
Tiffany Lee is describing her younger sister, Carla Lee. The 29-year-old was shot and killed around 6:15 Monday evening in front of her East Oakland home where she lived with her parents. Carla was walking to her car to pick up Lee's 2 young children from an after-school program.
It's so unbelievable, like coming out your own home to go pick up your niece and nephew and you get shot in Oakland. These streets are not safe at all. They're going down towards East 14th down this way.
Lee says a white pickup truck was speeding down the street, followed closely by a light-colored sedan. Someone on the passenger side of the sedan fired 2 to 3 shots. Carla's father ran outside and found his daughter suffering from a gunshot wound. The family called 911, but Carla died by the time first responders arrived.
She wasn't in no gang. She was always just working, coming home. She was not outside like that.
Lee describes her sister as a homebody who loved animals. She worked full-time for an online grocery delivery service. Carla also cared for 2 autistic siblings, and going to pick up her niece and nephew was among the many things she did to help her family.
Innocent bystander. She haven't even lived her life yet. 29 years old. Like, justice needs to be served because she didn't deserve that at all.
Wow.
Relatives say crime may be down in Oakland, but that this senseless gun violence is unacceptable. Police say they're investigating the circumstances surrounding this shooting. They have not said if anyone has been arrested. The family is urging anyone with information to contact Oakland.
Wow. That like button. Hit the like button. Wow. Innocent bystander. Innocent bystander. Let's see where. Let's see. Yeah. Justice Department subpoenaed travel records. They still on Fonnie's ass. Supreme Court, they still on Fonnie Willis' ass. Yeah, they still on Fonnie Willis' ass.
Breaking news out of the nation's capital. The New York Times reporting tonight that the Justice Department has subpoenaed travel records from Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis. Those records reportedly from around the time of last year's election when Willis traveled overseas. The Times says it's part of a federal grand jury subpoena and grand jury proceedings are secretive by law. DA Willis charged President Donald Trump in an election interference case, which accused him and his allies of trying to steal votes in an attempt to win the election. A state appeals court said she was disqualified from overseeing the case due to a personal relationship with the attorney she hired to run it. Last week, the Georgia State Supreme Court upheld the decision. Now, we have reached out to the Justice Department, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, and Willis's attorney. So far, there has been no response. We'll keep following the story and bringing you any updates as soon as we get them.
Hey, yo. Trump ain't letting that go. I'm going to tell you that right now. Trump is not letting that go. Them trying to put that pressure on Trump with the election. He not letting that go. He not letting it go with her or Letitia James. Straight up. Yeah. Trump ain't letting it go. I'm telling you. Yeah. He trying to make sure he finds something on her. Yeah. They tried to get cocky thinking they was ready to get some rep of getting Trump, and it backfired. Yeah. Y'all know what to put your nose in, man. She put her nose in the wrong business. Yeah. Everybody was hyped up about it. Ain't nobody supporting her now. You know, they got to get out there and ride for her now. Fanny, we know you. You ain't do nothing wrong, baby. And Trump on her edge like a piece of lint. Yeah, Trump on her edge like a piece of lint. Hit that subscribe button, man. Smash that like button. Let me see here. Yeah, let me see. Conley, mother blame city out jail, support non-profit. Supreme Court kicks Fannie Willis off Trump's case for good. Yeah. Fannie right there messing with the wrong stuff. Yeah. Fannie messing with the wrong stuff. That's a pen. Child records report said. Let me see. Hold on.
Given a sign that Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis.
Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah.
Given a sign that Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis is President Donald Trump's next target. I'm Blair Miller.
And I'm Tracy Hutchins. The Justice Department just subpoenaed her travel records. Atlanta News First, Niamani Watson is live outside the Fulton County Courthouse. And Niamani, this comes just one day after the indictment of another one of President Trump's political enemies.
You hear how they said it?
Yeah, just yesterday, former FBI Director James Comey was indicted in connection to the Russian interference investigation in the 2016 election. But according to the New York Times, this inquiry into Fonnie Willis's travel records show that the Justice Department may be investigating another one of President's old enemies. Now, the inquiry is being led by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Georgia. They're seeking Willis's travel records from around the time of last year's election. It's unclear if Willis is the target of the inquiry or if she will face any charges. Willis brought charges against Trump and 18 co-defendants, accusing them of attempting to reverse the results of the 2020 election in Georgia. She was officially removed from the case last week due to a personal relationship she had with a lawyer who was also working on the case. President Trump called it a great decision and said she should be prosecuted.
It was a great decision. It was a rigged case to start off with. It's great. The court just ruled that she is a disaster. She should be put in jail. She's a criminal. Fannie Willis is a criminal.
A spokesperson for Willis told the New York Times that they are not aware of any investigation, and she maintains she did nothing wrong. We reached out to both Willis and the U.S. Attorney's Office for comment. We are waiting to hear back. Live outside of the Fulton County Courthouse, I'm Niamani Watson, Atlanta News First.
Hey, listen. Trump trying to get that lick back. He want that thing to stick. He like, hold on. She needs to go to jail. You know, she needs to go to jail. Hey, listen. I hope she right. I just hope she got everything in order. Cause boy, Trump pissed. And them same, people that was riding with her, they done turned on her. I hope she got everything right. I hope everything's right with her. I hope she didn't do anything slick. Nothing. Because if she did, they gonna get her ass. Yeah. If she did anything slick, they gonna get her ass. Yeah. She should have just did what she been had doing. She went around there and got straight cocky and said, I'm going after Trump and these dudes. And now they took her off the case permanently. It backfired. These people that get those positions, knowing that you really don't have no power because you really not in that crowd, right? They get in there and think that they are part of that program, knowing you don't even have that power. You do not have that power. Now you got that power to come at us. You got that. Straight up. You got that power to come at us. Yeah, you can come at niggas all day. But don't go over there messing around with the wrong folk. You hear me? Don't mess around with the wrong folk. And, think that people ain't gonna turn on you. I guarantee you a lot of them people that was with her, they done turned their back on her. Straight up. I guarantee you a lot of them people that was pumping the fist, yeah, get him. Get him. I know you got him. Man, they like, man, I don't want nothing to do with that. Straight hyped her up to fail. Yeah. Straight hyped her up to fail. We gonna see how that one turn out. We gonna see how that one turn out. Yeah, they said they want the travel records from last year. Hold up. Oh, they said, oh yeah, we gonna find something. She under a microscope. She under a microscope. Straight up. Yeah, she under a microscope. You better watch out. Yeah, she under a straight microscope. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Yeah, she under a serious microscope. Yeah, they out for blood. Yeah, they out for blood. And now, Trump done got her all the way off the case. So he ain't even got to worry about that case after the election now. After his term is over. He ain't even got to worry about that. Got her off the case. He got eyes on her and Letitia James. Two cocky black women that didn't know their position. Damn. Two cocky black women that didn't know their position. I'm just keeping it real. That ain't y'all place, man. Yeah, we just got to be real. I think some people don't be real with themselves. They should have stayed out of that. They ain't had nothing to do with that. Let the people that wanted to take Trump down, y'all go get the nigga. Yeah. And Biden, he didn't help Letitia James and he didn't help her. He pardoned his whole family and left them two bras to fend for themselves. That's bad, ain't it? Ain't that bad? Oh, man. That's bad, man. Biden pardoned his whole family and left them 2 women dolo. Y'all figure it out. Figure it out. They over there now worrying about when the next time that Trump gonna run down on them, right? And Biden over there can't remember his ass from a hole in the wall, and he just over there chilling. Yep, my son's all right. Yeah. See, that's one thing you gotta watch out for, right? When you got certain people that'll try to play on you to fight their battle and then turn their back on you after however it goes. If it don't go their way or not, they just turn their back on you. Yeah, you got to deal with it. So now we gonna hear something gonna get both of them. I think they already got hands on Letitia James. Trump already got hands and feet on her. He working on Fonnie. He like, man, I gotta get her. You try to take me down. Yeah. Like whack with loose. Hey, yo. Trump like, yo, I gotta get you. You try to take me down. And I'm gonna get mine. You know, they was celebrating. Anybody, you know, the Rico this, the Rico that. Yeah. And you gotta understand your position, man. Yeah, man. You gotta, when it comes to stuff like that, man, some people gotta learn the hard way. You know? And you know what happens though? When they deflate them type of people, oh man, their personalities, their delivery, it totally changes, man. That's when they go back, we gotta be for the people. You hear me? When they deflate them characters, because them characters feel like they above everybody when they in them positions, right? They look down on everybody and they be real cocky. But when they deflate them characters and break them all the way down, oh man, they want to come back for the people. Yeah, you know, nah, nobody want nothing to do with you. Don't nobody want nothing to do with you. We don't want no parts of you now. Don't come back around here trying to act like you want to be a part of this and it's unity and we got to stick together. No, you wasn't talking that before. Go ahead back over there. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead back over there. We don't want it now. Now that they disowned you, don't come over here acting like it's all love. Hell no. So Trump gonna make an example out of them. He got them in the slow cooker. They officially in the slow cooker. They gotta wake up every day wondering if Trump gonna push the line on them. Yeah, that ain't no life to live, man. I think it's certain jobs in life, you know, people want to get involved with. Man, that ain't no life to live. People be all stressed out. Man, I don't want to live this life I got like that. Hold up. Stressed out. You really ain't happy, man. Fonnie, she ain't happy. That ain't no happy life. Hell no. You working day and night on sending people to jail, and now they trying to send you to jail. Man, that don't even sound right. That ain't no job I want. You working day in and day out to send niggas to jail, and then it could be your turn. All right, now it's your turn now. Got you. You're it. You know, man, hell no, man. Hell no. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I wouldn't change being me for anything, man. Especially, you know, as I got older in life and the things that I understand and the things that I think about. Hell no. And I like my peace. You know, like my peace. And we're going to grind to make things happen. But I like my peace more importantly, you know, because people will be out there going hard in the paint for whatever. And then you can go out there and a tragedy can happen instantly. So, nah. I just want my peace. You know, you can have all that BS. Hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah. I just want my peace, man. You can have all that other stuff. Just give me my peace. Yeah. Just give me my peace. That's where I'm at with it, man. Give me my peace. For sure. What they say here, P. Diddy, porn addict or predator. Man, we all know what Diddy was on, man. We all know what Diddy was on, man. Diddy was just a super freak. Super freak. You know, they know they had to get down if they wanted to get down with Diddy. They know it. They wanted to get down, they get down. If not, yeah. Y'all think they gonna give Diddy time served at the sentencing? Or y'all think they gonna give Diddy some years to do? Yeah. I think they ain't gonna give him too much more than what he already got in. If they do, it'd be a extra 6 months or something like. I think Diddy gonna come home sooner than people think. Y'all know he gonna hold it on all them jokers that was acting funny. Everybody that was acting funny, he gonna hold it on all of them. Straight up. Yeah, he gonna hold it on all of them. Smash that like button, man. Hit the subscribe button. Bless Niger Beauty. You know I appreciate y'all. Yeah, Trump definitely torturing him. He said it's his turn. It's his turn. Yeah. I just feel they should have stayed out of it though, man. You know, that's one thing I know about me, right? You can't get me involved in something. You know, I can listen to people, right? You know, people say stuff all the time. I listen to you. You not hype me up to get involved. They hype Fanny up and Letitia brought up to get involved when they should have said, man, y'all got the case. Y'all just go ahead and do it. I'm going to sit back on the back. You know, y'all got it. Y'all got everything together. All right. No way they should have got involved in that. You know, they allowed Biden, though, to use him as a pawn, and he went left on him. Straight up. They allowed Biden to use him as a pawn like Biden rock. I guarantee you Biden don't reach out to none of them now. This is the thing about the game of life. This is the thing about the game of life. Man, you got to watch everybody. The people that come to you acting like they rocking with you, they want you to do certain things. And when you get caught out there, they're going to turn their back on you. Straight up. You get caught out there, they turning their back on you. Man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That wasn't me. Yeah. Straight up. Biden pardoned Dr. Fauci. He pardoned Dr. Fauci and his whole family and left them out there. Biden should have pardoned everybody that he sent that Trump. Straight up. And I'm just keeping it a buck. Biden should have pardoned every single person that he sent that Trump. That would have made me look at him a little different. Like, okay, at least he pardoned everybody that he sent that. It was war. So listen, I'm going to save everybody that was in the war with me. Everybody that went into battle with me, I'm going to save all y'all. I'm going to make sure nobody get touched. And he left them black ladies out there, man. Straight up. I'm going to just keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? He left them out there, man. And now Their careers is on the line. And they out there sick. And Biden can't do nothing for them now. It's all Trump. And they sitting feet up. Biden and his son, they sitting feet up. Yeah. You can't trust them, man. I'm telling you. No. Hey, man, I'm laughing at him, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm laughing at Fonnie and Letitia. Yeah. Because y'all got in there and got cocky. Y'all should have sat y'all goofy butts down somewhere. Told them, yo, y'all go handle that. I ain't got to do it that. Hold up. Do what? And I ain't got nothing to do with me. Hold up. Yeah. Y'all ain't my friends. What you mean? You know, they thought Biden was their friend, though. You know that, right? They thought Biden was their friend. Yeah, Biden, that's my guy. That's my peoples. Man, Biden like, man, shit. Yeah. I ain't rocking with them. Yeah, I gotta go. And left him. Straight left him. Straight left him. Yeah. Yeah. Straight up. Yeah. He said, I'm sorry, that's why they tell us at family events, stay away from religion and politics. Yeah, they say that. Yes, they do. Biden was trying to get some vanilla ice cream. Yeah. Biden treated them like house niggas and he left the plantation and sent them in the field. Now they feeling it too. Yeah. Life ain't the same. I'd have stayed right out of that. Man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'd have been like, it's all love, Biden. Everything's good. But I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's your beef with Trump. You put these ladies in the middle of your beef with Trump and then bailed on them. Yeah. I gotta call it how I see it with that, man. Like, for real. He pardoned his son and Dr. Fauci and left them out there. That was dirty, though. I gotta say that, man. That was dirty, man. That was just dirty. Yeah. How you gonna pardon your son and Dr. Fauci and leave them ladies out there like that? And you use them as a pawn, was all smiles. Straight up, when you push the line, when you use them to push that button, he was smiling about that. Left them ladies out there, man. Yeah. Crazy. Man, hit that like button, though. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, they fell for it. They fell for it. Yes, they did. Yeah, they fell for it. Let me see here. Hold up. Yeah, they fell for it, man. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, man. Let me see here. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. Let me see here. For real, though. Sean Cotton goes off on rainwater. What rainwater do? For doubting. Sean Cotton goes off on rainwater. Let me see. Rallo. Real secret sauce and how he makes 10K per day. Let's see what Rallo said. Like that. Hit that subscribe button.
Left money in the mountains. Did you ever go back and get it?
I left money in the mountains too. I never got my money. He know he got my money. You know you got my money. You lucky that I gave it to God. Pussy ass. He know he got my money. Don't you got my money? You got my money, and you ain't pay me my money. You around here with all this old ass shit. You lucky. You got my money though. It's a lot of yous. It's more hymns, but specifically that money that was left. You know you got my money. I really wanted my money, but I know you broke and you sick. As soon as you try to go up on me, I'm gonna make sure your ass go back down, pussy.
So, okay, so this is not money that you just left to come back and get. You were leaving it for somebody. Do you remember how much it was?
They couldn't fulfill my order. I bought too much drugs. They ain't have enough for me. I didn't want to take my money back to Atlanta. And it was taking so much, like it take a lot. Them be wanting you to fly with hundreds and shit. I had millions of dollars. Like this went on a little bit of that money that I could just fly back with. So I left it up there and trusted them. And I left my money a couple times. It's just this time I went to jail. So niggas just left me for dead.
Do you remember how much you left in the mountains that day?
And they gave Young Scooter $2,000 for me when I was incarcerated. He gave Young Scooter $2,000 for me. And I ain't even ask Scooter for the money. I'd rather Scooter have the money than me. So what I'm saying is, yeah, I remember. It was over $250,000 that I had left. And back then, it was before COVID. This was before I even had some money. In 2017, 18, nigga, $1 million was a lot of money. $1 million ain't shit now. You got broke niggas with $1 million.
Yeah. Dude, what was it like, the experience going to the mountains?
Man, that
I mean, what's some stuff that you experienced going in the mountains and?
Bro, I ain't had no good food. I hate it. Ain't no good restaurants. It was no good restaurants. The way them people hygiene was up there, man. You know, it ain't really no lot of black people. It's rarely you gonna see. You probably done, you know, black people don't start probably going up there now, but back then, bro, it wasn't that. You'll be surprised that most of the farmers use meth heads to help they farm.
Really?
Like, cause they keep the price of employment down. So like them meth heads don't give a fuck about it. It just stuff up there, bro. And it don't go around and let it rain. It gets so muddy up there, you can't even get up no motherfucking hills and shit, bro. You're gonna need a 4x4 truck. Like, bro, that shit ain't a good experience for real. It's better off trying to go to the plug. See, I thought I was Frank Lucas. I was trying to go to the plug and cut out the middleman. I wish I would just stayed my stupid ass in Atlanta and played a high price. But I want the best numbers. You know, I had Marlo, long live Marlo. Then when Marlo was alive, so like, I had to make sure they get good numbers on this shit. You know what I mean? So that's why I went all the way out there. There was a lot of niggas that was shopping, but I'm only saying dead people. So goddamn, I won't say I'm snitching.
Man, Rollo, I mean, what you got coming in the future, man? I know all eyes are on you right now, man. So I know you about to pull something crazy off, man.
I'm gonna pull a lot of shit off. But you know, it's all about securing the bag first. See, my thing is, ain't no silks are coming out if you can't stay out. I'm finna come out and I ain't gonna go back in. I'm building all this shit up. Right here, we sending some shit. I'm gonna pull $1 million from all this shit over here.
If Rollo don't calm down, then he gonna end up in a situation because he act like he wanna go back to the can. And we all know he tried his best to talk his way out of it, right? So if he don't calm down with this energy, when you got this kind of energy that Rollo got like against other people because they calling him a snitch, you don't know how that energy is going to come to you. You know, be happy that you free. You living, you got some paper. But I just think the energy that he got right now and acting like he really ready to crash out is goofy, because he don't want to crash out. You know, he don't want to crash out. He just acting like it, trying to keep niggas off his ass.
And I'm gonna go put it in my plows, and now make me $200,000-$300,000 a month without the rap game. So every single day, and I'm gonna tell you now, Sean Kyle, so on the next interview you can say you did exactly what you said. I promise you, like, I ain't coming back inside the house, nigga. I'm gonna be outside every day. I ain't even gonna give a fuck about getting paid to go to no club. I'm just going to that bitch making it rain every night, because I could do it, because I had the financial stability and nobody won't be able to stop me. And my whole team gonna be E. So in a minute, I'm gonna just be on some real CEO shit, just pushing artists out. Just keep pushing artists, keep pushing artists. All I need is one. Once I get me one good artist, they gonna help me pull the whole label up. So I'm building a studio right over there. I know you can't see you over here, but right over there. Y'all can't see either, but right next door, I'm gonna build a studio over there. And I'm gonna just call 1 trillion artists coming out, and I'm gonna let them keep recording. I'm gonna pay for all their studio time, and I'm gonna start pushing that shit out and paying niggas like you to post it on their blogs. I really want me an artist. That's what I want. That's my desire. I want me an artist that I can push and I can tour with. That's what I want.
What's the secret, man? I mean, I seen you say on live that, and you don't got to give us too much, but I mean, you just said right now 300,000 a month on a IG live a few months ago. You said 10K a day. What's the hustle, man? I mean, what's the Rallo?
It ain't really a secret. These crackers been doing this shit 1 trillion years. It's that's making a lot of money. We just getting hip to this shit. They got pad split, for example. Them motherfuckers rent rooms for $250 a week or more. But let's just say bare minimum $250 a week. That's $1,000 a month for one room, right? Mm-hmm. I'm building 12 bedroom houses, right? So that's $12,000 a month per house. I'm building 10 of them, Sean. So that's $120,000 a month just for them houses. That ain't even including the plaza. These girls paying $500 for a booth, for a little studio booth to do high-end. I got 30. I got 30 of them. You do 3 times 5 all day equals 15. That's $15,000 a week. $15,000 a week times 4. You got $60,000 a month just right there. Plus the other $120,000 a month for the houses. That's $180,000 just for houses and a salon. That ain't including the lounge. That ain't including the restaurant. That ain't including the barbershop. That ain't even including the corner store. That ain't even including the shit I already got right here. So yeah, you do the math. That's just $180,000. If I want to, I can still spend that every single day of my life and won't even go broke. So I can go in the strip club every day and throw some $8,000 for the rest of my life if I wanted to. So that it really ain't no secret. That's simple math. Anybody can do it. See what I do, me personally, I buy the land, I build a house up. Once I build a house up, I might spend $200,000 building the house. I might spend $100,000 on the lot. I got $300,000 roughly in it. The house appraised at $500,000. I get my whole $500,000 because I got my money back and I made $200,000 profit, right? So I can rent this motherfucker out and get $12,000 a month, pay the mortgage on it, which would be what, $35,000, $4,000 a month. I'm profiting another $8,000 every month. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, I got my money back, I profit $200,000, and I'm making $8,000 profit a month. It's a no-brainer. These Crocker been doing this shit for years. I just learned this shit. I'm like, shit, this shit like the dope game. The only thing about it, I ain't taking my $1 million and going to Cali and buying 1,000 pounds. I ain't taking $1 million to Mexico and coming back with X amount of bricks. It's just like that. You just gotta be real patient. And one thing about the real estate game, you'll go broke in this shit real quick because none of my invoices is under $50,000. So you gotta have a lot of money. You gotta have a lot of money, or you can work the credit way. I just ain't work the credit way because I just ain't been able to do that. I just bought all this shit when I was in prison. So I started building this shit when I got out of prison. And I wasn't able to take that route. But others can. You know, you can give you some hard money lenders and all that old shit. I just didn't have the privilege to do so. I had to use what I got. Really got to do what worked for them. But you got to be real patient in this shit. You can't rush this shit, and a lot of people don't got patience.
When you came home, were you dirt broke? Were you broke?
Hell nah. I went broke when they took all my shit. I ran it up in prison.
How'd you run it up in prison?
Shit. I was streaming real heavy. I had dropped that song with Youngboy. I dropped the record with Youngboy. I had Lil Cal in Pakistan with Lil Baby. I had Can't Lie with Future. I had Dope Man with Lucci. I had like 8, 9 top streaming songs, and them streaming. They still streaming to this day. And I was getting like $70,000 to $80,000 a month for like 2-3 years. You smell me?
70 to 80,000? Crazy.
I wasn't even knowing I was getting it because I couldn't check my account. You smell me?
So nobody had access to your streaming but you, right?
My accounts.
Oh, okay.
But I was so up and now, like Thug say he was up and now. I was up and now that I ain't never know when I was coming home. So I wasn't even calling thinking about no money. But every time I run up like I run up $1 million or I run up 500,000, I buy a property. I buy another property every time. So I end up buying me like 10 of them. And now I got like 6-7 million. You smell me? And then I got out. You know, I signed with 300. 300 gave me $1 million. They gave me $300,000 when I signed the contract. They gave me $300,000 when I got out. And they gave me the balance of like $270 when I had got out the deal. So like, I ended up getting like an M for them almost. I spent it all on real estate. So everything I spent on real estate got me here. You smell me? And then like when you come with an interview, some nigga come with some more promo money, distros always calling. Every time I go viral, they just want to keep spending money. So shit, every time I get money, if I ain't getting it to my team or my girl or my kids, I put it in real estate. I buy more sheetrock. I buy more. I'm just a hustler, man. Smell me? I just hustle that shit up, and thank the good Lord, while I was doing it, I was able to learn as a skill. And now I'm like, shit, I'm gonna do 10 houses every 3 months. So I'm gonna be able to pull the 3 million profit that I make, the 2 to 3 million profit I make, and still make another $80,000 a month off the 10. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's all about the game, bro. And then bro, this shit can happen anywhere, bro. Like Rollo ain't trying to hide this game from nobody. Anybody can do it. This is the new game.
So when you came home, I know Baby gave you 40,000, right?
He gave me 50,000.
50,000, and it was another rapper.
Money Man gave me some money.
Oh, okay.
QCP gave me some money. TIG Fly gave me some money. By then, you know, kind of distance themselves away from me. That's why I hold on to the love for Wham so hard, because Shawty was willing to go against the whole world. Like what y'all saying about Rollo, nigga, this, and I wish he would have kept that same energy. But Thug was more dearer to him than me, I guess. Cause shit, wow. soon the Thug gave him word, Shawty just like, man. And I'm like, Wham, come on, man. Like, you know, honestly, bro, when Wham embraced me when I got out of jail, I was like, everybody else. I was like, I don't need nobody else. Long as I got my Wham, like, we good. We good. You know how much shit me and Wham could do together? I got what he don't got. He got what I don't got. You smell me? Like, I know this game right here. I can take your money to a whole nother level.
Yeah. And
not only could I take it to another level, nigga, I can help us do more for our people than ever. There won't be a homeless motherfucker around this Wham even gave me a juice. You know what I'm saying? Just do this shit with me. None of these be broke. His whole hood will be straight. His whole hood will be straight. My whole hood will be straight, and we can go do this shit from state to state if Wham would have linked. Cause we stronger together. I'm over here in the trenches. I know how to do this shit. You go on the stage, handle the business, and let me handle the other business. And I promise you, I would have sealed this shit up. That's why I don't be understanding. Like, bro. I love Miami. Leave Miami. Come on, let's come back home. Let's build this shit back up. Even though all of us, bro, the shit that we can do can't be done nowhere else, bro. And Dallas handling that business too. Shout out to the new Dallas. I like what they doing. But we years ahead of that shit. We got the advantage. We got top streaming songs that still gonna make money forever. You smell me? So like
blueprint, man.
That's why I'm hurt from the shit. I'm like, what Thug did, bro? Put a
Listening to Rollo though, I gotta give it to him. Bro is a hustler. You know, I gotta give it to him. You know, he's definitely a hustler, man. You know, I can't take that from him. And that's something that, you know, separates him from a lot of people. You know, the grind. And to, you know, go through whatever he went through, even though he tried to talk his way out of it. You know, he definitely let it be known that he was still getting money in the can. Yeah. You know, and one thing about me, right? For me, just listening to different people, you know, this is why my mind state is going the way that it's going now. Because I'm listening to these other people that, you know, have done certain things. And I'm like, hold on. I got the ability to do anything I want. I'm versatile. And I'm going to put it to use. Straight up. I'm doing everything. And I'm doing it independent. And I'm going to go hard. You know, this is just the start for me. You know, this is just the start. The people that, you know it or not, this YouTube is just a start. It's just to get me in the game. You know, it's get me in the game where people know who I am so that I can spread my hustle. You know, I'm a hustler. I know that. So, yeah. I just learned how to get this thing together with the Pro Tools, and I'm working on that. And trust and believe, I'm coming. Oh yeah, trust and believe me. You better know I'm coming. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button.
Like out in our city forever. Smell me? And now we all gotta suffer from that shit. But the only way, and they can act like they crazy all they want. They know we need each other right now. They know Atlanta is drowning and we only life jacket we got is that we get together. And now they're gonna say I'm asking for friends, but these are facts. Nigga, this shit we need to help each other. Whatever the fuck went on, we gotta forgive each other and come together. And that's the only way. Or y'all can still stand in that same position and say, okay, we're against Thug, we're against Rollo, we're against Garner, we're against everything from Atlanta that got an allegation.
Yeah.
And guess what? This ship is gonna sink, baby. The rap gang, I'm gonna keep pulling this shit up over here. I got this. But we need all this shit to come together, man. Mm-hmm. We need all this. That's the only way we're gonna win.
Young boy's on tour right now.
Right.
And it's going crazy. Every city he just did, Dallas back to back, stupid, Houston, everything, arena sold out.
Right.
When you see that, like and you've worked with Young Boy before, what is it about Young Boy that make people gravitate to him?
Young Boy is special. God created certain, like, it don't matter how much shit the whole world went against Young Boy at one time. Let's not forget
whole
that.
World.
So like when Dirt don't win against Shawty, everybody like Shawty, he an underdog. But when you come from that bottom and you get back on top, that shit be different. Y'all see the proof is in the pudding. Nigga can hate on Shawty all he want. Nigga, I ain't never won against him. I always was team Young Boy and Dirt. You smell me? They always telling me to choose. I ain't had to choose. Young Boy probably cut me out because I ain't choose. Dirt probably cut me out because I ain't choose. I probably was in the middle.
Well, so you feel like being in the middle, it kind of brought both a little kind of way a little bit?
Cause both of them niggas showed me, man, wallahi, man, I swear by Allah, man, Young Boy was the first ever asked me did I need anything while I was in prison. And then, dog.
Really?
Young Boy, I got the messages. I still got my cell phone from jail. Young boy was the first, like, Rollo, let me take your kid shopping. Young boy was the first to screaming free Rollo in the club while I was in jail. Young boy was the first when I got out of jail, was like, you need something? Yeah, young boy always, but I ain't gonna sit up here and act like young boy. Young boy with me when everybody went against him, when everybody went against me, when I was up, young boy fucked with me. Like I can't turn my back on them like that no matter what Dirt say. Dirt sent me money and I can't turn my back on Dirt. If young boy said, and I know whenever I'm in the middle of shit, nigga might be like, shit, well, if you don't want to choose shit, I'm gonna walk away from you. So it ain't always necessarily about no snitching shit. Got their own personal shit, like shit, Rollo, you ain't gonna cut them folks off, so I'm gonna cut your ass off. And I ain't saying young boy did that. I ain't never saying that because shout out still.
Yeah,
I ain't still fuck with a lot of my people.
While.
Shout out to my. I don't know if I need to say a name, but it's a couple. He fuck with little Taliban and them. My little partner, little Quando Rondo, Muslim brother, I love him to death. Free him. It's a lot of niggas that he fuck with that we real tight. Like me and Quando Rondo, real tight.
Mm-hmm. But you know how the rap game is. Being cool with both people is playing both sides to a lot of people. They don't let you. It's no way
ain't
where you can
no
play.
nigga. I'm not cutting no nigga off for something he did to another nigga. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna cut a nigga off for what he did to me.
Exactly.
I can't do that. I can't dick ride like that. I ain't doing that. And maybe you don't call it dick ride, but I can't just do shit like that. That ain't where my heart at, bro. This man, you'll cut me out. I ain't doing no lame shit. Period. Just cut me off, and I live with that. And maybe if you cut me off, then I fuck with him hard because shit, you cut me off, shit. That what happened in this case. Shit, a lot of niggas stopped fucking with me, so shit, I started fucking with certain niggas, and then these dumbass niggas done start moving weird. So I'm like, God damn, nigga, you ain't even got the rope to even hang nobody. So what the fuck is you doing? Shit be crazy, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, another classic.
Another one
coming out there. Definitely coming out there this month to do the vlog, the neighborhood vlog.
Right.
And like I said before, everything you said in the last when I came to Atlanta, bro, you did it. Everything, bro, you did it, and it's motivation for me. It should be motivation for everybody because, I mean, you came out and you built up a whole nother empire, a whole nother way.
Legally, bitch. I just paid my taxes. Really, honestly, bro. I'm like a fucking what they call them people that civilian? I'm like a civilian for real, nigga. I paid my motherfucking taxes, nigga. I ain't doing no crime. The only thing I'm gonna do is drop a fuck nigga if they come over here playing. and nigga, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna rap about that shit every single day. I'm a Gucci man, fuck nigga.
Rollo, man. Until next time, brother. Be safe, all right?
Love.
Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah. So yeah, Rollo definitely is a hustler. Gotta give him that. Can't take that from the brother. Brother's a hustler, man. You know. It is what it is. Yeah. We all gotta find what's for us. You know. I choose peace and consistency with what I'm doing. Cause I'm in a world of peace right now. I ain't gonna lie. I'm in a world of peace. You know, nothing bothers me at this moment, you know, and I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing, you know, working on some things. Yeah, feeling good. For real. Yeah, I feel good, man. I ain't gonna lie. I feel good, man. Yeah. Real good. Hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. And you know, I appreciate all y'all. Facts. Yeah. Let me see here. Let me see here. The grind don't stop, baby. Rollo said NBA young boy. Rock with him. But I definitely ain't cutting nobody off for something another Joker did to somebody else. Yeah, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I agree with that. You know, that choosing and stuff like that. Because what'll happen, right? If you cut somebody off for somebody else, right? That person might get cool again with that person. Now, you didn't cut that person off. You don't know what their relationship is if they'll make up and become friends again. Now, you done put yourself in the middle of their beef, and now that person to cut you off and they back cool, you look like a lame. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? You look like a lame. You cutting somebody else off for somebody else, and then they get back cool. Yeah, so I definitely agree with that. Yeah. Hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. Yes, sir. Life is good. Life is good. Always live, man. Life is good. Let's see here. Hold up. Life is good. Let me see here. Life is good, man. And I feel good. Life is good and I feel good. Yeah. Well, we made it to the live. We made it to the live. We did the live. We made it, man. Yeah. And tomorrow, I'm going to start working on this joint, on this Pro Tools. Start playing with that some more. But I'm kind of excited that we finally got that together. I ain't even gonna lie. It took me 3 days. It took me 3 days to get the Pro Tools right. Straight up. It took me 3 days to get it right. To figure out getting it connected. And I still got some more learning to do. Yeah, I just found out how to record. You know. Yeah, I just found out how to record. So I got it all plugged in. Found out how to record. That was major. Yeah. So now I gotta learn how to work these the EQ and different stuff on here. You know, it's gonna take me some more days. You know, because I was going to go live earlier, you know, on the in the studio, but even though I was in here, but you know, I was gonna go live on this on the computer. But I said I was trying to get this thing together, but I still got a little live in, you know. But tomorrow, I got to get me 2 lives on the computer. Yeah, I got to get 2 lives on the computer tomorrow. We're going to keep working this thing. Yeah, right though, blessed knowledge and beauty for sure. One thing for certain, 2 things for sure. These will always figure it out. Facts. Facts. I'm putting hands on. You hear me? I'm putting hands on. Yeah. And you know, messing with this computer and, you know, this technology is different. Yeah, this is different, you know. But I love it though. It's definitely food for thought. Get the brain stronger. You know, I gotta be able to flex. I gotta be able to flex. I'm excited about, you know, starting my own label and, just doing my own thing. Because I always been a businessman. I had plenty of businesses. So it's just to have another business under my belt. Just to have another business that, I put together. Those type of things definitely excite me. You know what I mean? That's my drive to get out there and start something. You feel me? That's just me. I ain't got nothing against for anybody that, likes to work for people. That's your personal preference. But it's just, it thrives me to create stuff. It thrives me. And I'm putting it together, and I just, weather any storm. Like, man, that's just what's up to me. And I appreciate all y'all that rock with me and support me, because we ain't stopping. We not stopping. Facts. Yeah, this journey just begun, and the people that been with me from the start, y'all seeing the growth. Ain't nothing stopping what I'm doing. Nothing. I'm locked in. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing stopping what I'm doing. Nothing. It can't be stopped. Because I'm creating it all myself. When you gotta use other people as in people that feel like they in position, then you gotta worry about somebody shutting down your program because they don't want to see you move up in the game. Now I'm creating everything myself. I'm looking at certain things that other people are doing, and I'm gonna figure it out. That's why I tell people I'm gonna get out there and get my hands dirty, because I don't want nobody to feel like that they have control to stop me or help me go forward. You rock with me, and I appreciate that. But I don't want to give nobody that power to feel like they got the ability to stop what I'm trying to do. Yeah, hell no. Hell no. Shit. We're going to get in with the distribution. We already in there. So we in there with the distribution. So it's like, I just got to put this art together and just go at it. That's it. Just keep putting shit together and just go at it, man. Yeah. And I see it like, if others can do it, why can't I? That's what my mind state is with anything that I get on. If I see somebody else doing it, I feel I can do it too. Yeah. And I'm going to do it my way. How some people like, oh, they can't do certain things that other can do. That person was only gifted to do it. Man, I think we all got the gift to do anything. It's your choice if you want to do it. I really think we all got the gift to do anything. It's a choice if you want to put that dedication into it. Because somebody had to put a lot of dedication into what they was doing. That's why it looks the way it looks for them. So are you willing to put that same amount or even more dedication into that too? Shit, I am. That's the type of person I am. I'm willing to put a lot more dedication than I see the next person. I see artists is in the studio over and over and they pushing the line on building. I know that's what I got to do. I'm going to have to find out and, what's for me and perfect the craft, which I do, and I ain't playing no games. Word, right though, bless. Yeah, I ain't playing no games. I said, shit. If these other jokers can do it, what you think? I can't do this? Hold up. And I'm going indie. Going straight indie. SBGB. For sure. Creating everything. Trendsetter. Yeah, in my own right. You know what I'm saying? We all got the ability, though. We all got the ability. It's just, are you hungry for it? And I'm hungry. Yeah. I'm hungry. I'm patient though. And I'm not letting nothing distract me. That's big. Nothing's going to distract me. You know, and it's like I can sit right here in the crib and put all this stuff together. So when I sit there and really think about it, I can sit right in the crib and put this stuff together. I just got to stay focused. Don't get distracted. You know, don't let nothing distract. I can sit right in the crib and do all this. I ain't got to go nowhere. I ain't got to be, you know, having somebody tell me I got to go here. Now I can sit right here. If I put my time and learn what I'm doing, I can sit right here and do it. Straight right here in the domain. Yeah. So that's the plan for me. You know, that's the plan. Put this thing together and make it do what it do and knock it out the park right here. You know, that's the plan for me. Knock it out the park right here. Yeah. Straight up, man. You know, I know I'm happy though. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm happy. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm happy. Yeah. Excited to see what comes from it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Dedication and patience equals delayed gratification, baby. If I can dream it, I can believe it. I know I can do it and be it. Stay on track and focus. Most definitely. Yeah. We locked. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm ready to go in. I'm ready to go in. I'm learning all this stuff here, and I'm about to go in. I ain't playing no games. Yeah. For sure. And you know, I appreciate all y'all rock with me, man. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button, man. Yeah. And I made sure I came and did the live. But yeah. We are about to get up out of here in a second. Let me see. Hold up. Let me see. Hold up. Everybody get out of here in a second, man. Yes, we are. About to get up out of here in a second. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button, man. I appreciate all y'all, man. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Appreciate all y'all. For sure. Yeah, let me see. There's your facts. What's that? Heads up. The green features a little bit. Yeah, man. Shout out to all y'all in the chat, man. Shout out to all the members. I appreciate y'all, man. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a member. We can shout the members out. Appreciate y'all, man. All y'all that rock with SBGBTV from the mud. Yeah. Yeah, man. Good feeling, though. I'm going to get some rest, though. I'm definitely going to get some rest. For sure. C. Brown. Bless Niger Beauty. Mike Pina. I'm getting some rest. Yeah, I'm going straight to sleep. I'm going straight to sleep. Straight to sleep. Yeah. Yes, I am. I'm going straight to sleep. No cap. Get me some rest. And yeah, we're gonna be back at it. We're gonna be back at it tomorrow. For sure. For sure. And I appreciate all y'all, man. Blue Chicken. Hey, baby. Appreciate you checking out the second channel. Appreciate that. We're going to keep working it. You know, we bringing it from the mud. Yeah. Appreciate you supporting the second channel. For sure. Y'all know that. Appreciate you. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, the second channel growing. We got 1,145 subscribers. We working that second channel. We working it. Yup. We gonna stay consistent and we gonna work it. For sure. You know what I mean? We gonna stay consistent and we gonna work it. Yeah, we gonna work it. You know, bringing it from the mud. You know, some people get distracted when they trying to build something because they can't see it all right then and there. You know, some people really get distracted when they trying to build something because they can't see it all right there. They want to see it right now. Nah. You can't see it right now. It's down there. You gotta get to it. You know, it's down the block. You gotta get there. Damn right. Yeah. And if it don't work out the first time, try it again. Might work out next time. Yeah, don't work out then, try it again. Try it a different way. You know, you might not be able to do it that way. You might got to try it a different way. You know? But as long as you put in effort, something got to come up out of it. You know? And it got to be real effort, though. Got to be real effort, though. Not, you know, that econ effort, that lazy effort. You got to put that effort into it. You know, and mean it. Stand on it. Yeah. But I appreciate y'all. And we're going to be back later. Y'all know what it is, man. Stay locked in. You hear me? Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Share the live. I appreciate all y'all that rock with SBGB TV. And go check out the merch. SBGBTV.com. I appreciate y'all. Stay locked in. And y'all know what it is, man. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Now.